What's up, Katie? My buddy over here. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Gonna get a quick coffee. What's up? What's up, bud? How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Stay safe, man. All right, let me give this guy a light. at the gas station. What could go up? Trixie, Sean, everybody, how you doing? It's hotter than a $2 pistol out here today, but we're getting heat acclimated just like we got winter acclimated, right? You weren't going to chase us away. Trixie, how you doing? I don't know if Shemai's here. She sent me she sent me a fan and a cooling thing for the neck, which is really cool. So it looks like I'm going to be fully armed for the heat. And of course the big deal is just get acclimated. It's 98 here today, so we have to go at least another 10 degrees, 8 to 10 degrees here to be in the zone. But you can see everybody's pretty whacked out in the hood here today. So happy Sunday, everybody. I'm fighting an eye infection today, so a bit slow. I'm not going to be that dilly-dallying tonight. What you doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm doing all right.
How are you doing, sir?
Oh, all right, ma'am.
Good.
Making sure you're okay. I don't like to see a girl peeing against the wall. So. There's Blackbird. Blackbird's getting that whole chicken. All right, which isn't that funny? We almost hit Blackbird here on the bike. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Just somebody really whacked out. No pants on. Trying to shoot up over there. So I'm just going to take it real easy today. I don't know what happened. I think when I was cutting branches the other day, I got a little bit of sawdust in my eye. And I think that caused a little bit of an infection. So I got some eye drops. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like the heat the next week coming up in the Southwest. I can't speak for the rest of the nation. Hey, Joni. But in the Southwest, it looks like it's going to be what we might call biblical levels of heat. Thank you, Magda. I think it'll be okay. That's why I didn't shoot any video today, because frankly, I just, both my eyes aren't functioning. It's difficult for me to do a decent video. So, let's see. Shemay Busy Money. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to thank her. She was wonderful and sent me, she'll be over I'm sure in a bit. I wanted to thank her. I'll show you guys tonight. She sent me a cooling fan as well as a thing you wear around your neck. So I'm gonna be as prepped as I can be. Yes, it's gonna be a demanding trip, but it's also going to give me a chance to pit myself against nature at its most extreme in America. And for that reason, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Will I be defeated by the streets of Las Vegas, or will I defeat the streets of Las Vegas? That's the big question. It has to be asked. So gradually this week, I'll be gradually acclimating myself to the heat as much as I can. I got my cowboy hat. I got to remember to take it with me. Katie sent me a picture of a big old hunkin'. Looked like something that a gal would wear with a sundress or something. Big floppy, big wide brim floppy. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm just going to cook up some chicken tonight and some rice-a-roni. That's all I'm going to have tonight. I'll probably just skillet the chicken and then throw on some barbecue sauce or something like that tonight. Make it simple. Go ahead, dude. don't know if you want to pull the baby around in one of these little baby things, you know. This is like something I would not ever do in this town. Maybe if you're on a trail, I would do that, but otherwise, there's no way. No way I would ever pull a baby in one of those baby pool things. Too dangerous here. I mean, the kids, you know, if the kid goes down, then what? You know, there's no redo on it, right? There's no redo. All right, so here we go. I'm back in Friday. Janet and the boss invited for 4th of July down there, so I'm gonna see if Bobby's gonna be able to go down there. So yeah. It's been tough, you know, but we'll get through it. Hey, there's Shimei. Shimei, I wanted to thank you. I'll show people tonight. I was delighted this afternoon. The boxes that came in, there were 2 products from Amazon, courtesy of Shimei. One was one of the things that you wear around your neck, and the other one is a fan. So I'm going to show you both of them. So yeah, I can't wait for Vegas. It's going to be, you know, if we survive it and we make it to our beers down there and our meatball sub, just think of what it'll almost be like the Olympic Games of the heat, right? Like we can thumb our nose and say, you know what, we survived it, man, and we can just pin another badge on ourselves and say, well, we took the hottest heat that they can dish out down there, and we still did it up. So will it work out? I don't know. You know, we're going into bad areas, and people are going to be pretty lit and stuff like that. So thank you. Yes, thank you, Shimei. I'm hoping tomorrow the eye will be better. I'm on some drops. I'm hoping they work. Yeah, currently we're about 92 degrees, which is fine. We have to be able to sustain 110 out there, 110 to 112, 113, 114, 15 degrees. Hey, Falling Star. Now, it might be, yeah, thank you, Shimei. It might end up being a losing battle, in which case I have to switch my schedule around so that I'm going live at, like, you know, when the sun's just bopping down at 6 p.m. and then running till, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But that brings a whole host of other problems out there with the freaks and zombies on the streets and stuff. And everybody will be out there when the sun goes down. They want to get the hell out of their hovels and be outside, and you know, everybody will be sitting in their cars again down in Naked City. And you know, I've been to this. I've been to a few rodeos, right? I know what it's going to be like, right? So I might have to adjust accordingly, or I might find out that I'm very capable of handling 110, 115 degrees and still running the stream. The biggest concern I have is, of course, cooling down the electronics. That's the real challenge. And to do that, I need to use the cooler that Shimei sent me, and that uses a lot of battery power. So I'm going to end up having to take 2 battery packs with me, and the phone will be undefended, which means it won't have its rubber case on the outside of it. It'll just be a bare-ass naked phone. In this 5 years, this phone's never been like this on the streets. So it's going to be, you know, I have to be careful not to tip over. I have to be careful it doesn't get snatched and smashed. I mean, there's a lot of different you know, there's a lot of different handles on this baby, this trip. A lot of different handles. But I think at the end of the day, will it be successful? Yes, I think it will be. So I appreciate that very much, Shimei. So I am on eye drops today, and we'll hope that that does okay. I'm just low-keying. I'm just trying to stay inside, outside a little bit today. I didn't end up going with Blackbird to the thing at the Spiritual Living Center today, because frankly, I didn't want to, you know, Quasimodo anybody over. Hey, Cindy. I didn't want to have the puffy eye scare, and if I kept my sunglasses on, then I might be accused of being a potential shooter or something inside, right? So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Might get taken out by you know, some spiritual warriors over there or something like that. But I saw Bird went over. They had some pretty good, looked like they had some pretty good eats and stuff over there today. So I'm happy he went over. So I hope everybody's doing well. Please take a second to hit the like button. It is very appreciated. Yeah, Shemai's extraordinarily thoughtful all the time. Well, let's just say, I should just say armament, heat armor by Shemai, right? I should just put that in it. The cooler, hey Jennifer, the cooler fan refrigerator for the phone is Shemai, right? The fan, right? And the neck fan and stuff like that is, she's given me the best hope of being able to get it done. I mean, I might step into the heat and say, "Oh no, man, this is inhuman. This isn't going to happen." Right? But I do have the option of hitting shade here and there, and hey Naomi, and doing things like that, getting a little bit of shade. I can't go into the one store that I used to frequent because obviously that family hates my guts now, even though I helped the kid move the refrigerator case there for drinks and stuff. The sister didn't seem to appreciate me being around, so I can't take my custom to that store anymore. Spacesuit walking around straight wouldn't be too kosher, you know, right? I don't want you past that on camera. Well, if I get into a situation, right, you guys will know. I mean, you know, I'm not going to go down a hero out there for the cause, but I guarantee ain't nobody else going to be streaming on the streets. I guarantee you that. Yeah, I'm going to try to take 4 water bottles with me, which will be, it's a hell of a lot of water, and always have the option moving along to, you know, in Charleston, stop into Decay, Circle K, and places like that. Not so much down on Industrial down in Naked City because it was too dangerous for the 7-Eleven down there, and they closed up shop. You know, it was, which really rattled Mr. Z when he was watching the live stream, that even that 7-Eleven abandoned ship down in Naked City down there. So yeah, please tap the like button if you're coming in. It is very appreciated. Still getting a lot of people asking to comment on post debate and what do I think about this, what do I think about Kamala Harris, what do I think would happen at the convention. Do you think that Jill Biden is to blame for what she's doing? Because Jill Biden's ex was on there talking about stuff. So I'm not totally in the know, but as we get underway here, I will make some more comments on that today. And it's not, you know, the problem is I get a lot of mail that says, "Well, you're taking side with the right, you're taking sides with the Democrats," and then I say something about the former president. You're taking sides with Trump, so you really can't win around here. I try to be very middle of the road, and when people ask me questions about my thoughts or my inputs on something, I talk as if somebody asked me, "What do you think it takes to win an election?" Right? Not that I favor somebody, but you know, hey Amelia, how you doing, honey? God bless you. You know, but I did my, you know, I had a double major in college, philosophy, and a major in political science. Politics has always been of some interest to me, but not so much American politics. But I've enjoyed much more studying communism and socialism and you know, alternative anarchy and things like that. Not so much American politics, particularly things like the French Revolution and you know, the 1917 Marxist revolution in Russia. So please don't get it twisted here. I'm not here. You know, I like to maintain a chat where everybody can come and hang out, and by and large, we've been able to maintain that without really losing anybody. Because I think the key is, I know Naomi and Magda are at opposite ends of the sphere, but yet they can still come here and still enjoy the hangouts even on Friday nights when uh, things get a little bit kooky and all that. We still have a lot of fun. I hope to really maintain that coming up. Okay, I hope we don't lose that people get so invested in, one-upsmanship and this and that we can't ever we reach a point where we can't properly express opinions for fear of being marginalized. Everybody's welcome. You know what? On election day, you'll be the ones going inside if you haven't voted by mail. You'll be the ones going inside in California, whatever, putting your ballot into the box, or in old school places like Baltimore with the old voting machines and the curtains and all that kind of crap. Well, I'm not going to be in there with you. Nobody else is going to be in there with you. Okay? So whatever we say here at the end of the day is not going to affect your ability to vote or who you're probably going to vote for. Okay? So knowing that, I would suggest, rather than write, how you doing, Sam, rather than write and complain to me because I'm pro Biden and so therefore I'm all this other kind of stuff, or I'm, you're all about former President Trump and blah blah blah. Hey man, let's chill out. Just don't do that with your kid or anyone's child. Good evening, Callie Mo. How are you? I'm not sure. You may be behind a little bit, Naomi. I mean, you might have seen the kid being pulled along in a little pull cart. I would only do that on a trail. I would do that. Never take a kid along on the streets of Santa Rosa in a little pull thing like that. I mean, you get people drinking here, wine tasting, and they're not going to see your kid down there on the ground, right? Yeah, we agree to disagree. We maintain a very high degree of civility no matter what your message is. No, read. I can't read it. I can't go up that high, Naomi. You're going to have to repost it again. All right, I get 3 lines of chat here, and I might be able to go back like 10 things here. Okay, I'm not on a computer. I'm on an eeny weeny phone. Where's the dancing queen tonight? Barefoot in the dog pee and worse. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be honest. I could have watched that all day. Hey, Ace, how you doing? It probably wouldn't get old over there, but I don't know what happened. I guess she she had her show, and then that was it. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? So, trust and believe. I run a different agenda on here to run a platform that everybody can come in and have fun. If I make a good point on one side, it does not mean that I favor the other side. If I make a point on the other side, it does not mean that I favor the Biden side. I'm just looking at things from a very, 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 very objective point of view, and almost you might say a scientific point of view. Is what does it take to win an election, right? And by all measures, yeah, American citizens have a right to vote without pressure and to vote as they please. And I mean, just maintaining a civil place where we can have a discussion. We don't do it that often. We're usually goofing off and doing stupid stuff on here and looking for black widows and all that. What would happen if the DNC doesn't back Biden? Well, here's the way I think it comes down. Here's the order that I see it. Here's the dominoes that have to fall with that question. Number one, and first and foremost of all, is how does President Biden see his own mental acuity and his own performance? That's the very first question of all. It does not matter what Joe Biden thinks. I don't want to be in a situation where, tragically, like in 1919, Woodrow Wilson is stricken with how you call it, he has a terrible stroke in Phoenix, Arizona, campaigning to try to push the League of Nations, the United States membership in the League of Nations. And of course, Senator Henry Cabot Lodge defeated that. But basically, for the next X year or whatever, his wife was effectively running the White House. Okay, I don't know if we elect Joe Biden to be president, but the first domino that has to fall is President Biden, does he feel confident and comfortable enough in his appearance, or is he starting to fall into an ego trip like, former President Trump gets into, right? That sort of ego-driven stuff, which is not the, it's good to be a little bombastic, but, up to a point. So let's say he tells everybody, look, all the DNC people are coming by, all the big donors, the George Soroses, the usual gang of suspects coming in there. And they're just saying, it's all going to come down to the money, right? And if people like Soros and them say, look, man, I just can't back, we've got Miriam Adelson, who was the president of Venetian Gambling, right? Wife there, she's backing Trump to the hilt and all that stuff. I mean, it's, let's say that Biden says, no, I'm fine. Well, they're not gonna try to steal that from him at the convention. Okay, because it could do much more harm than it could do good. It could put a really bad, and I think isn't the convention in Chicago again? Dramatically, as if to harken back to 1968. I don't think that they want, that level of chaos that might ensue, like happened in 1968, that basically handed Nixon the election because they looked like a bunch of kooks out there in Chicago and stuff like that. So, if Biden says, yeah, it's probably time to maybe stand aside, he can ask. I mean, I guess these delegates are all bound by the primary. He can ask that those delegates be released, and maybe somebody will put it in the convention. You can't have primaries again, right? The primaries are over, right? But you can go to a convention. You can release the delegates from there if the president is not running or is withdrawing his name from nomination, then it's a wide open convention. And then I would see that as a test between Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom, or who would vie to go forward. I don't think this going to come off the Wisconsin ballots, even if he does. I don't know. You're looking at something that would be almost unprecedented in American history. But remember, that's the way conventions used to be. They used to be wide open affairs. We didn't have primaries and stuff. People would show up. People would be in the back offices smoking cigars, drinking liquor, and, hey, cutting deals with each other. Look, we'll back you if you do. I mean, that's the way politics used to be. Real bare knuckle, right? Mano y mano kind of stuff. And then we get into this primary thing, but we may be in a situation. I think that in my opinion, the month of July will be critical, right? If things go smoothly for Biden and he campaigns, he looks vigorous, and he's doing the things that a president is supposed to do, then I think he might escape with not actually really being meaningfully damaged by this whole debate thing. But if he has like a freezing moment or something like that, I just think that might be the final nail, and people would just can't be. I really think, God forgive me if I'm wrong, I really think that his wife is the one who really wants him to be. What's up, Duncan? I think his wife is really the one that's pulling the strings right now on his candidacy. Is it fair? It's not up to me to decide whether it's fair or not. They're married. That's the way it goes. But there's a huge fear factor there of Trump. There's a huge fear factor of the United States Supreme Court. There's a huge fear factor of the House spitting back to Republican control, and I mean the Senate gone back to Republican control and all that. So, how you doing, Prancer? Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to be logical about things. That's all. Now, they're already out there, the news cycle. Oh, Newsom doesn't have a chance to beat Trump, or Kamala Harris to beat Trump. I don't know. Who in the hell knows? Hey, Kitty. Right? Who am I to say the president, because President Trump can do, I'm not sure, can do Trump. So we're kind of in an unprecedented sort of situation here in terms of I don't believe the nation's ever faced it. I mean, it may have faced things like this in ways that you're not aware of. And I can think of times in the United States presidential history where that's been the case. I mean, I can go all the way back to the election of Andrew Johnson and as Abraham Lincoln's vice president, back in the election of 1864, which Lincoln won handily against McClellan and the forces of the Democrats or whatever. But what you basically got was a raging alcoholic as your president. Once Lincoln was assassinated, it was like the worst nightmare that could befall a nation, because Andrew Johnson had no more idea how to proceed with Reconstruction in the South than fly around the moon. And he dealt with the Republican Party, and he was a Democrat. Remember, it was highly unusual. You had the only time in history where you had president and vice president that were in different parties that were on the same ticket. So he had a lot of Democrats and people that Republicans that wanted to string up everybody, all the enemies of the Union and all that kind of stuff. How this guy ever escaped impeachment by, I guess, Senator Blaine of Kansas was the one that saved it. But it was right. You had an alcoholic as a president, and not a very good one. And then you had Warren G. Harding in 1920 or whatever, after the World War I. People wanted a return to normalcy. They elected Harding, and he just basically sat around, smoked cigars, and hung out with the old boys, and just let his pals run the government the way that they wanted to do it, right? And it got so bad with him with his womanizing. And remember, when Harding was elected, it was the first time that women were allowed to vote in the United States of America. And because Warren G. Harding, by all accounts, was very handsome, he had the overwhelming majority of the women voted that particular time, and it swept him into office. But he was quite the philanderer, and then when he went on the cruise to Alaska with his wife, she ended up making sure he got served rotten crab that gave him ptomaine poisoning, and he died. And then Calvin Coolidge got sworn in a farmhouse in Vermont or whatever. But I'm saying we've had some pretty lame people in that office. But that was then. This is now. Now we have a real global thing here, right? I mean, we didn't have to worry about China or Russia in 1920. Now you look at the scope of the world. You got these nutbags like over in North Korea. You got the Chinese, which are a tremendously strong force. You got the Russians, which have been basically oiling their war machine for the last 3 years or so, and this is pretty formidable stuff. You have Iran that hates our guts. You have Israel that's all alone in the Middle East for all intents and purposes. So, it's a far different world. So you really need a president that's really got it going on upstairs and is very, very sharp. To me, that argues for a younger person that has the stamina to endure basically this 10-ring circus that we call the world today. This is why I feel like we're kind of being robbed this election. We're just being given a choice that we don't really like. But we have to go forward and make the best of it at this point in time. And I think that's what irritates me. Hey, Kitty. Yeah, I got invited to the Boston Janets for, I let Bobby know, for the 4th of July down there. And then that's on a Thursday. And then Saturday, I leave for my travels. I will not be having a mega stream on Friday. Time we need younger kids. We really do, because look at the shape of the world today. You know, and I think at my age, how I feel like if I come off of a 9-hour stream or something, I feel like I just get smashed in the head with a billy club. I can't imagine getting into some crisis situation as president where you might only get a cat nap here and there in the course of 5 or 6 days, right? Damn, that truck didn't even try to slow down backing up. It just hit that car. How you doing, Noreen? Hit it again, dude. So that's the way I see things right now. Is we have what's called like a Hobson's choice here. We just I don't want to say pick your poison, because these are presidential candidates. We just don't have no statesmen. Yeah, we don't, because we haven't cycled them through. Because let's be honest, we're past the day when the average person wants to step up and get into politics. Yeah, younger people today, they see what goes on in the world. They see their lives get torn into. They've got people digging up dirt. If you look at a girl sideways or something, all of a sudden you're on the tabloids that you're leering at somebody. Or if it's terrible about with kids too. I mean, you can't even like pat a kid on the head, or you have to watch everything. Everything you do now is going to be twisted in a way that's going to be it's going to look very negative. You look like a creeper or whatever. And we have to ask ourselves, is that the way that person really is, or is that the way that person is being portrayed in this situation? So I think a lot of young people are very turned off, especially men, to those things. So you'll see that women are taking over the increasing number of political, especially on a local and grassroots level, from boards to boards of education to city councils to legislatures and all that. It's women. Most of the doctors are now women in the country. Most of the lawyers, most of the people in college are women these days. I mean, they're most of the jobs in this nation are held by women, right? If you're coming in, I have been battling an eye infection today, so I have some drops in, so pardon me. So if you've noticed, there's many more women in politics and making, I mean, who knows what the ramifications of that? I don't know. I mean, women and men see the world differently in a lot of ways, and but it is what it is. You have to deal with what's there. No, I don't have pink eye. I have I have a scratch or something that from some flakes of dust from the tree. I no longer have cable. No, it's not conjunctivitis. It's it's like a scratch cornea, something like that. So it's not, I'm taking care of it. So you only get issue 2 eyes. So that's my thought on that is. So a lot of people don't want to go into politics today because it's a no-win situation. Even if you go in with the best intention, politics is so dramatically, well, what can we say today? It's almost become a cage UFC. Right? It's almost become cage matches, and you can go in and you have to think to yourself, geez, do I really want to go through all of this? Who needs it, right? And that's kind of the way I feel, is like, who needs to deal with all that stuff? Because even if you're a good person, the other side's got to find something to, they'll be looking through all of your garbage and everything to try to find. If president served in the military, I had become disinterested in politics. This crap show has made me want to watch. My recurring thought was we're at the point in time we deserve better as a nation. That's what I'm thinking. We deserve better, right? And we can see one of the weaknesses now exposed of a primary system and the primaries were put together by the parties, right? It's not in the Constitution that you have primaries. It's what parties have chosen to do. All right? And what I'm saying is makes it you might have people start to question the primary system. They might want to go back to just conventions where we have trading and back and forth, because conventions can make decisions on the fly and take everything into account. I'd like to see an animal advocate run for president like Cory Booker. Who cares about people about it? Well, I don't know. I love you, Prancer, but for me, people first. When all the people are taken care of, then I can think about animals and stuff like that. But that's a very biblical outlook, and I know that not everybody favors that. And I love animals, but I think we have to have a priority here in what's really the heart of civilization. Now, animals are important, especially as pets. They give a lot of people comfort and a lot of joy, and that's a very important thing. Well, I don't know what more we can do for animals that we're not doing. I mean, we have, animal protection acts. We have, we protect species. Here we haven't had salmon fishing in 2 years. We couldn't have crab fishing. I mean, there's literally nothing else more that the state of California could do to protect animals than it's not doing at the current time. And at great cost, at great economic cost to this state. When you have a salmon industry down and you have a crabbing industry down for, you got guys that have to make payments on their boats and stuff. Who worries about them? Right? Right? And everything has a consequence to it. We have laws against, you'll still have people get busted here for chicken fighting and, for cockfighting and for, pit bulls fighting, but these are people that don't choose to obey the law. Super just threw out the Chevron goodbye. A lot of protections we have. We can't really say that. I mean, we can't jump the gun and say they're all going to be gone. It was never the bailiwick of the government to be involved in them anyway, right? It's not their domain. The Supreme Court's simply saying that that's not the job of the executive branch to make regulatory law. It's the job of the legislature. Right, they're undoing some of the stuff that was done from the bench to try to legislate things in this nation. Like things like abortion. It should be on a state level. It shouldn't be on there's nothing federal in the Constitution about that. So automatically it falls under states' rights. And I would say, at least out here in California, they do a very rigorous job of, man, if you even look sideways at a tree, you get a fine. If you do anything on your property to remove trees or suck water out of a creek for your, you get these jumbo mega fines. If you're running a dairy operation or trying to farm oysters in Tamales Bay. Oh, jeez. All right. Yep, thumbs up or appreciate. Nice quiet Sunday night. Just a little doodadding around, trying to keep off of my eye here. What did they say? More nukes, less kooks. I'm gonna start placing you on my TV. My TV can also. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of people put it up on a Fire Stick or something and watch. You're trying to survive. You get five, but it's okay to smash and grab a jewelry store. Let's see. Right. If you're trying to survive, you get fined, but it's okay. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying, Chef. It's misplaced. Yeah, thank you, Pewd. I appreciate it. You too. It's misplaced priorities in our nation where the balance is tipped towards the criminal element now. And we all know that the criminal element is very sensitive to law keeping and changes in the law. And if people get the word, hey man, if it's under $1,000, you don't got nothing. You'll walk out in an hour. Big deal. People are smart, right? You got stores have to close up because they can't make it in the face of all this shoplifting and stuff. What was this one they had? Where the hell was that? They did a guy was on YouTube. He did the story in. Oh, New York City, the Costco. Yeah, the Targets had to, have their associates walk around with body cameras now, and it's just insane. You look at even look at videos of Rodeo Drive now. It's like, who in the hell wants to be caught dead shopping down there anymore, right? I mean, a lot of the big names have pulled out and split. And I say, we don't have enough worry about that, right? Well, it takes a toll on our economy after a while. We wonder. All it does is hasten the ultimate success of Amazon when that happens, and online retailing, which does nothing to benefit. They do collect the local sales tax now, but right. San Fran looks basic. Yeah, and all Pier 39 and all that. But Chef, who really cares about it? Right? Do you hear our governor down there lamenting that? Right, the state of it. He was the governor. He was the mayor of San Francisco, right? Do you see him visiting Oakland and saying this is terrible what's going on in Oakland, and devoting his attention to figure out, in a landmark kind of way, think about something to reverse the tide of stuff? No. The guy could literally care less about the problems of business people and all that. Weekend at Bernie's running the nation. Yeah, well, I don't know. But I'm saying that would take real leadership to sit down and say, look, how can we reverse this tide? They don't care about it. As long as you're getting your pension and your fat retirement, you could care less. You could care less. People go hang themselves. The people that are dealing with big utility bills here because they have They have a public utility commission. It's a political plum appointment. So they're going to do whatever the regulatory suggests, right? There'll be no pushback. Whereas if you had an elected public utility commission, it'd be like law and order sheriffs. You want to have an election of a sheriff, they'll be all about law and order. But if you let it be an appointment, so what we have basically, Chef, is a total lack of accountability. And worse than that, a lack of real caring about what happens down on street level. Now, in this last week in the Supreme Court, they came out with a case that didn't get a lot of attention. But cities are allowed to dictate whether you can sleep on the street or not. Right? And the Supreme Court said that municipalities and governments have the right to tell you don't sleep on the street and all that kind of stuff. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see. Let people handle their own business now. They learn their responsibility. The only thing I heard about McDonald's, they're no longer going to have drive-thru. Really, Kitty? Really? I can see where drive-thrus might become a thing of the past. But let's face it, in this community, McDonald's is really, they're hardly even figure into the picture. Now people are calling for Newsom to run in Biden. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, they are. I was talking about that the other night. And on a real politic level, insane Chef, he would have a fighting chance of, he would have the best chance of taking on Trump and emerging victorious. That's just real politics. That's all that is. Once he goes in anyway. And as far as an October surprise, forget about it. These two sides have already spent all their ammunition. There's nothing new. These guys have just been so pawed over and examined and see what the temperature is. 85. Let's see. They should die for the country. All these others die for the country. Yeah, Alan, he's just trying to tweak your knobs. He comes in to be an agent provocateur. That's why nobody really claps back to him when he posts his stuff. What goes in has to come out outside somewhere, right? It's like the Roach Motel. I would think that, Alan, at 99% of the people here do everything they can to support our vets spiritually, economic-wise, donation-wise. We care. We care. Does that mean all vets are good and decent? No, but we already knew that. Neither are all people in society. Right? From the most seemingly religious right on down the line. Yep. We don't have any issue with vets at all. My big issue has been with the way that people treated that sometimes. That's been my big issue. That's been painful at times. Yeah. But that doesn't mean, you know, sometimes military guys have done horrible things. I mean, it's just the way it goes, right? You know, I still remember the My Lai massacre like it was yesterday. Just go to this village and just open fire, and water from the lands have gone out there, not the farmers to grow their crops here. Water from the last year going out to the ocean. Well, they'll tell you they need it for the streams and rivers, for the salmon to spawn. You know, it's like a zero-sum game. Some side's got to lose for another side to win. We just happen to be at the part of the cycle where, you know, the industry and business is losing now. But if times get tough enough, you'll see all that regulatory stuff overthrown, and you'll have a more business-friendly, you know, climate come in. Parking lot's full, but I don't see anybody walking around down here today. Please tap the like button if you're coming in. It's very appreciated. Good day, Joe. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Have you decided when you're going to go out and hunt for opals? My brother was a vet, spent his final days there. That was an unforgettable wake-up call to see. Gavin Newsom stood up and supported you. We should all be that loyal. Biden has always been for the people. Well, what choice does he have? I mean, you're not going to have a sitting governor of the largest state in the United States throw the president under the bus. Right? Right? You know, Gavin Newsom is a master politician. And he will be your president somewhere down the line. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just makes me miss Kimberly Guilfoyle. I didn't hear any of the old top Dems that ever had a significant position in politics. I heard a bunch of talking heads on crybabies on MSNBC and The View and all that. I didn't see any politician of any note ever come out and say anything. Any of them that ever really held office. But if you get Gavin Newsom in private and ask him what he thinks, he's going to tell you, I want that guy to be gone. He's hurting our chances of, you know, November. And then, you know, when he'll get elected, he'll find out that not not all of the rest of the country thinks like people in California do. Hey, Lurker, how you doing? Nice to see you. I mean, we got people being laid out of the tech industry, left, right, and center right now, out here in San Francisco. These home prices and stuff in San Mateo County and Santa Clara County and all that, and they're going to be cratering. Let's see how we at. I guess this Nay you posted in the wrong chat. It happens when you're got multiple chats open. We're not talking about you, Carrie class. We're talking about Newstone or whatever. Yes, he is. Absolutely. So I say, I don't carry any water for either side, Ace. I mean, I recognize the realities of the situation as much as anybody. Hey Amanda, how you doing? Shemai's like, some people just post gibberish to get, yeah. That's it. That's why I wonder what the real deal. They should have Big Nick and known Joe would not have. Well, you know, we have this precedent of a sitting president being automatically accorded, you know, an automatic re-election bid. So, like I said, Shep, if this was the old days before the primary system was instituted, you would have a wide open, you would just have conventions meet and you would have them suss out who can beat who or whatever, right? Right, you'd have all the bare knuckles deal making and stuff like that. That's the way politics used to be when it came to being elected or nominated for presidency. You had to come out of the convention, you know, like 1912 in Baltimore, nominating Woodrow Wilson. Lord knows how many ballots that took. The 5th Regiment Armory. The old bare knuckle days. Now you're kind of baked in the cake. You got to go with what you got, or else you're going to be upsetting precedent here. Which, if things worsen, they will do. Yeah, Tammany Hall and all that. Nothing wrong with Tammany Hall. They got stuff done. There's always hope. Ace, you're funny. There's always hope. There's always hope. There is hope, but it will take more than the next 4 years. You know, they're going to be running after 4 years and to be ready to elect anybody. Well, here's the thing here's the thing that I think, Alan Gentry. Whoever steps into the next 4 years is going to probably be facing some of the most daunting challenges that have ever faced in modern society before, with some of the issues that are, the whole power map of the world is changing radically here, right? And you can easily look around American society and conclude that we don't really have the wherewithal, right, to keep up with the educational acumen of emerging places like Asia and things like that, and don't have the productivity, very split and divided. We've lost the ability to compromise. And that carries a great cost. I can't believe this parking. What are you doing here, dude? We don't even collect parking on Sundays, do we? Hillary and Trump were, yeah. The good old days, right, Judy? The good old days. People need to learn how to agree to disagree and work together. So that's the way that's the environment I grew up in. Right? We weren't stuck on political party. It was just like, well, this is what I am. Right? People chose parties because of being able to have a say in where it really mattered, which was local governance and the mayor, the city council, or whatever. People just weren't that all caught up in the national politics. And it's almost reversed now, that nobody gives a shit what's the local levels where a lot of damage is being done, but all the attention is on the national level. And I mean, I don't know if Insane Chef is here, but he'll know exactly what I mean. You have forces running amok on local levels, boards of education, and all kinds of lunacy. I don't know. I don't keep tabs on Blackbird Ace. I'm getting ready to get some chicken and some rice-a-roni, and I'm trying to take care of this eye infection. Well, if I were you then, Lurker, I would contact your local board of election supervisors. They'll tell you exactly what to do. Yeah, I have some in my eye. The crap I do with local government is ridiculous. I just meant in terms of making policy and overstepping their bounds, Chef. And so it's really sad. It is, Cindy. It is. That's cool, Ace. Have you hung out with him before? I'm glad he's your pal. That's good. All right, what are we doing? We're just going to park right there. Well, it's because we don't have anybody can declare themselves an analyst or a journalist these days, Ronnie. And as long as you get the audience to affirm that, then you're an influencer. We never had influencers before, right? I mean, you can look at the three major internet news organizations. I'm not talking about Reuters and some of the respectable ones that are still left. I'm talking about Fox News. Do they have an agenda? Yes. CNN News, do they have an agenda? Yes. MSNBC, do they have an agenda? Yes. They don't even try to disguise it. You know, those days are long gone. Those days of trying to, you know, sneak through the editorial board, or you know, those days are long gone. It's right out in the open now. We're just a campaign. You know, like MSNBC is just a campaign arm of the Democrat Party, that's all. Fox News, a campaign arm of the Republican Party. CNN, just lost in space, right? And that's the way it is. December 4th, 1968. I'm Walter Cronkite in New York. For all of us at CBS News, good night. This has been the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite. Good evening. You had journalism. Now there's nobody goes, who in the hell studies journalism anymore? Are you kidding me? Who in the hell goes to school to study journalism? You study how to be an influencer now. That's what you study. You study how to be an influencer. That's where the real thing is. I get companies falling all over themselves every day in my inbox. Would you put this on? These Viking knives are so good. They'd be good on your channel in Kitchen Stadium. And all you have to do is come on and say that they're good, and you can have them. And you know, we'll pay you $500 for if you put 2, 3, or 4 videos about this product. Come on, man. You wonder why people don't believe anything anymore? You know, everybody wants to take advantage of somebody to, you know, if you're an influencer, or they even perceive that you're an influencer. And then they get mad when you say no. You need to have your head examined, bro. We're giving you an opportunity to X, Y, Z, and you're telling us no, yeah? You know, a nice big F you, which affirms that you made the right decision in the first place. So, nobody really wants to be a reporter these days. Is just somebody that's good looking. All the good ones, you know, you watch Judy Woodruff on PBS or something. You're seeing a real old school But there was no place for her in the world today, right? Irving R. Levine. It was when Dan Rather became CBS News anchor was the first time we saw politics really start to hold sway in journalism. Was, under the whole, Bush Air Force Reserve deal and all that. Yeah, we lost a lot. We lost journalism. Back in the day, people like Peter Jennings seemed trustworthy. Probably it wasn't, but nowadays, none of them like they even have a pulse. Yeah, they're paid to just to look good. What's the funny thing to me, Shep, is that people don't even try to hide it in news organizations, Fox News, CNN News, MSNBC News. They don't even try to hide it anymore. Right? I mean, dude, that ship sailed, right? I mean, so where you go now? I have to look at things like the South China Morning Post and Reuters and the Financial Times of London and stuff to find out what the hell is really going on. Those days, you'll never get that back again in this nation. You'll never get that back again. Because it's the age of the influencer. The age of journalism is gone forever. And I could write a whole book on that. You're now in the age of influence. And you get what you get with influence. If you can turn people's brains and turn it to mush and have them believe in all kinds of psychotic conspiracies, and so much the better for views. I enjoy the Guardian stories, but I balance that off with, the daily news and some of the more right-wing stuff. But the age of journalism is over. That's why, nobody really cares about network news anymore, and people just seek out what reinforces what they believe. They no longer establish their beliefs based on what they research and understand. They let their beliefs shape what they believe, and that's a bad place for any society to be. And that was particularly driven home during the pandemic. Hi, Vicky. I hope you're feeling a little better today, honey. I know you've been through the mill. Well, I'll tell you the key to it all, Ace, is what happens in our schools, the way we raise our kids these days. It's all a matter of what the priorities are. What's the most important thing? Yeah, mine too. I got this eye infection. We're partners in it. Yeah, Alex Jones is fake news, but I'll tell you what, he had an outward influence on a lot of people that just eventually you become your own worst enemy. You just tend to hang yourself. So I try to run the other way from influencers and stuff like that. Well, thank you, Prancer. I got some sawdust from cutting branches the other day using the Sawzall. It's pretty painful, Ace. Well, you got to understand, Alan Gentry, that everything about social media, of which news is a part of, has to be increasingly geared towards clicks and views. It's important that things be sensationalized as much as possible. So people spend 90% of their time trying to get a good thumbnail, right, from places like YouTube to make it sound the most provocative. And in other words, the truth now serves a higher master. Right, the needs of social media, that needs to be an influencer. And if you'll notice, it gets worse and worse because it spreads like a cancer. And people end up like Alex Jones, eventually taking themselves out because they cross a line that just common sense alone is like, oh no, dude, I can't believe you went there. You can look at it on YouTube that people love the drama stuff. They show up in droves for people that are tearing each other to pieces and things. It's what, you know, if you're built that way and you're geared towards that kind of thing, then you're in heaven. Right? It's your kind of era here. You can engage in all the calumny and deceit that you want to with no problem at all. You can destroy reputations, no problem. And that stuff becomes like a poison that eventually infects and kills the one that's doing it. It just gets so bad. Well, we're in a very distinct minority here on social media, Prancer. Very distinct, very tiny minority. You know, let's face it, people love to tune in when somebody, you know, get the popcorn, somebody's going to be torn to pieces. It's good theater. I mean, I'm not telling anybody stuff on the social media. You guys already know it yourself. About so long there isn't much. That's what I'm saying, Chef. And we become a society which has lost its moorings, and this is why I ended up writing what I've written in my book. Where do we go from here? What are the consequences? I have a puzzle problem by no way equal to, I have 2 bags filling it up with no bag of discovered. I have the 3rd bag of stinky garbage needing. what are the consequences for a society that's lost its bearings relative to the truth? They're not good. They're not good. And we find out in the long run, it's a lot easier to destroy a civilization than it is to build one. And that's a lesson that's going to be drilled home over the coming years. I have no idea, Patty. I'm not a physicist, honey. Bonnie. Look at it this way, Ace. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. If I'm in Guatemala or Honduras or Nicaragua, some shithole in Mexico or something, and or Venezuela, and I get the idea in my head and the word spreads like jungle telegraph, hey, the border of the US is opened. Yeah, people are actually getting in, man. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to call my cousins, everybody, and his mother and say, let's hit the road. Right? Let's go to the USA. So we brought this on ourselves with our inability to control our own border. And what that does is it encourages other nations to be corrupt and have no pressure on them to clean up their act. In other words, nobody's turning to Honduras and Nicaragua and saying, clean up your act. Those people are glad that those people have left the nation. It's somebody else's problem now. Now we have the problem. Now we have the problem people that come in. Now we have the subversives that come in. Who cared about that? Meanwhile, we have people that have been waiting in line for years to get into this nation, having gone through all the proper channels, all the expense. And here there are people leapfrogging them. You won't hear anybody talk about that on that, how that's good or right. I mean, it just fades away. It just disappears as a topic now. It's like, ooh, I can't talk about that. There's no good aspect to that for this nation. Yeah, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, but do it in an intelligent way. Do it in an intelligent and a fair way. Yeah, it's not fair at all. Well, we live in a one world system now, and it's, there's things that transcend government, and it's human rights and it's human existence. Well, clean up your own government. Why don't you start there? Put a little bit of skin in the game. Put a little of your balls on the line. What's up, boss? Bobby's in for, what is it, Thursday? Yeah. Yeah, Bobby's coming. I just got the text message. Of course, you never know. Bobby might bail at the last. Thank you, Kelly. Tara gave me the shirt. Under Armour. That's nice. Thank you. Tomorrow is Canada Day. I have to remember to put the flags up. No, Bobby's going to the 4th of July down at the Boston Janet's, which I'm excited about. But I may have told the boss, don't give me any produce to bring back. I'm going to be away till the 22nd, and I don't have room for storage of any of it right now. I'm chock full of onions, carrots, and so give it to your Wisconsin neighbor. I'll take the cheese because that'll keep good. I'm leaving on Saturday the 6th, and I'm coming back on the 22nd, so I won't be able to take any produce. Yeah, to Cali, LA, and then on to Vegas. Made with sugar. I had some, I don't know who sent it to me. Calimo? Who sent me the Canadian ketchup? Oh, yeah, I think it was Nino. I didn't notice a real significant taste difference, but I think I enjoyed it. That's wonderful. Breakthrough a long time and not to tune into you. I didn't say I'm not going to be live, Patty. Since January 4th of 2013, I've missed 4 days. It tastes the way ketchup tasted as a kid. Yeah. I might try making my own ketchup. I made some of the Big Mac sauce. That was pretty good. How you doing, June? How you doing, babe? Love the chip flavored, all dressed up. Flavored, all dressed up. Only found up in the north. I like the Utz Old Bay flavor crabs. I'm going to LA from the 6th, leaving LA on the 9th, driving to Las Vegas and coming back on the 22nd. I'll be leaving for home on the 22nd at about 4 a.m. in the morning so that I'm out of the high desert when the highest heat hits, but then I'll still have to go through the Central Valley, which will be a little slice of hell. Plenty of water. Shimei sent me a nice fan, sent me a nice fan for the car. I got Patty Wakefield sent me the fan before. Everything will be all charged up and ready to go. I got the cooler for the phone. So I got my cowboy hat. How was your day, June? Yeah, I'll make ketchup because I'm going to have a lot of tomatoes coming in. I got 12 plants. And it'll be a good time, the 22nd, to get back. That'll be when the harvest really starts coming in. And boss, I'll be bringing some plums down. Santa Rosa plums. Not a ton of them, just some nice juicy plums on the 4th of July. When I come back, the peaches should be ready to be canned too, so we're going to be in a high operation. Okay, June, good. I've been fighting this eye infection. Chef, you got enough to worry about, man. It's like, imagine you go into a restaurant, we make our own ketchup. Like, what the hell, man? I'm gonna give you big points for that. You know what I mean, Chef? I'm gonna mark you up to the tens, man. I'm gonna say you can in a restaurant review. Are you kidding me? Wow, the place even makes its own ketchup, dude. They're not mucking around over there. That's pretty cool. Darla, how are you? 82 degrees, not bad. I'm happy for a 3-day. Yeah, that'll be good. I don't value the holidays like I used to since I'm retired, but I can still appreciate it. It's just one of those things. That's what I'm saying, Chef. It's just like you got better use for your time. Maybe if you have one of the boys that's sticking off in the kitchen, you can say, hey, man, let's do something here. Let's get the vinegar. Let's get the brown sugar. Let's do it up. That's right, Alan. It's a waste of time. You can get some of that French's ketchup from across the border. What's the difference? Yeah, I love the 4th of July. I like to have, hot dogs, hamburgers, hang out. Still working for the man. Well, I might be back working for the man. I'm either going to do one of two things: pump up my own repair business, or else, which I prefer to do because it ramps up slowly. Yeah, I'm under care, right? I'm taking care of it, June. No worries. And then get back, and then yeah, it should be a good time. I keep cracking out the latex. Keep cranking out the latex. Yeah, even hot dogs and hamburgers are great, you know? Very 4th of July. I wonder if that weird in the bucket you had to zoom in. I don't know. That thing was weird, wasn't it? Just think how that thing is going to be festering when I come back on the 22nd of July. I have to say the water system has been working beautifully. Yeah, I imagine Texas would do it up on the 4th of July. Put up some fireworks, though, the equivalent of a Saturn V. On eating your dessert, none of this fakey. Then don't overload me. And if I don't want to eat dessert, I won't eat dessert. So my best advice to you is skip dessert. If you want to have dessert, I don't want a big piece of it. I'm learning to hold my ground like you do. No, I won't. No, I won't. No way. I'm too old to be force-fed. I rarely eat dessert. Yeah, that's right. We'll be offended. I got a lot of years to catch up with your offensive behavior. Right. Yeah, it's an honor and a privilege. You can make a lot of stuff out of latex. Nobody else that ever showed up, from the mother-in-law, anybody, would ever be told you're going to eat this or not eat this. A license to eat all the nitrates in tube form. You can add some high. That's it. You know me, chef. I never saw processed meat I didn't like. I have to go in every week and get the big meat. Feels nice. It's really cooling off. 82 now. You know I do too. Many processes. Well, am I calling it? Well, I hope you don't. You'll never get diverticulitis outbreak from that, at least. That was painful. You had to go through that. I know an old school friend from YouTube whose husband's lost 35 pounds in like a month. Had to be hospitalized. So bad, so painful. Come to Jamaica, hey man. Yeah, how's Oliver doing? Oh, I know. This guy suffered, lost 35 pounds. Terrible. Ended up looking like just like a 55, looked like an old man. What's up, Sean? Doo. Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, and I'd like to meet. Ooh. Do. Mercy. Do. Pretty woman walking down. I guess I could. He had a little more of a flare out on the side. These are Ray-Bans. He wasn't as styling as I am. Pretty woman, come down to me. Oh, mercy. Do. Your mom loved Roy Orbison. All I can think about in Vegas is the end of the night, that meatball sub and 2 Busch Light beers. What a fitting ending. Oh, some good, how unusual, some good egg rolls. Huh. That's one thing, Americanized Chinese is better than real Asian spring rolls. Yeah, Bush Light, William. When I get done, it's like a little slice of heaven to sit there for an hour and just kick with a couple beers and a meatball sub. It's almost you feel like you won a Survivor game. Hey, Lee. Yeah. The one thing from China that we make better than they do over there. Theirs tend to be way too oily and. Thank you, cool cat. Thank you. I'm trying to get things as much on autopilot as I can. Boss is like, oh, you got some boxes laying around the floor. Yeah. Vietnam, Texas. Yeah, Wednesday I'm supposed to go out for. Got an invitation to go out and have some dim sum here locally. Tennessee Ernie Ford. 16 done do all my soul to the company store. I've heard some of Roy's songs and they were good. Yeah, the dim sum experience, very rare up here. You know, it's tragic because you used to be able to go down to Oakland and nobody went to San Francisco for it. You went to Oakland. Livingston Avenue was one place, or you went down to Webster Street where I used to meet handsome Robert down there and some of the real authentic Chinese places. Up here, there's one place that does it correctly. Otherwise, it's just a total shit show. It's like when I went to Hawaii. I just come out of Asia for 5 years, and I went down to Hotel Street in Honolulu. And oh man, I went down to Chinatown. I'm like, this is going to be this is going to be great. The absolute worst Chinese food I ever had in my life, bar none, was down there. Inauthentic, had dim sum, sumai, some big orange, purple, weird looking thing. Just horrific. You know, I did a Gordon Ramsay, just spit it out. No, I haven't heard from Handsome Robert for years. So when I come back, that might be the next mountain to climb is Oakland, and good Lord knows what it's going to be like. It's been a long time since 2015 and the early days of doing it up. Yes, I like Tennessee Ernie Ford. I like George Strait. I love Alan Jackson. There's not many country singers that I don't like. Yeah, you need to have that. It's like the Woodlands down outside of Houston. Yeah, Oakland. I can't even imagine what it'd be like walking up past Fruitvale Station and just one person lights you up. One person. And they, let me tell you, these days, they feel empowered, right? There's going to be no hesitancy. You know, June, it's going to be super hot, honey. So if we're in for a dime, we're in for a dollar, honey. If we're going to get punished, let's really get punished out there, okay? Let's have a let's have something we'll remember for years. It might end up EMT services night, but let's do something we're never going to forget. Just think, June, if we survive one of those streams, to be able to have those beers, cold beer here, cold beer, at the end of the night, along with the meatball sub. It's almost like you're declaring victory over the elements. So yes, I've looked at the temperatures. They're horrific coming up. Absolutely horrific. Unprecedented. I can't imagine, because you get above 100 degrees and the efficiency of air conditioning drops off radically at that time. You know, you just can't dissipate the heat fast enough, right? The temperature differential between inside and outside is too great. And therefore the efficiency of the unit goes down. Yeah, durian, you're not even allowed to take that on a bus. In Singapore, it's illegal to transport durian on a bus because it smells like a turd. Group, how hot does what get? What, Las Vegas, Lee? Dude, it gets so hot you wish you were dead. So you really need to almost have salt pills. If it's 115 air temperature, it'll be 122 to 125 degrees on the ground level. And the weirdest thing, even when the sun goes down, all the heat comes out of the buildings at street level too. It's, you know, it becomes like a radiator at night, so. We might have to radically adjust and just do night. It's, you know, I don't know what it's going to be. Might just have to set up a street stream and just hang. I have no idea. I got to play it by ear. Yeah, that's it, Sam. You know, we're going into unprecedented conditions here. I do love the heat, but I have to make sure water, you know, you have to have salt too. Because you lose a lot of salt when you perspire. So I'll probably have to stop down at REI. Oh, I'm not going, no way. It's just, Amanda Hagen Kiss, it's signing a death warrant to go down there. The last person that was down there, Monkey Boy, almost got us killed down there. He's like, I want to knock this guy, and here we are, we're surrounded by 500 angry people. And Monkey Boy's going to start, really? And I'm looking at the odds and I'm figuring, ooh, maybe 5 or 8, you know. Yeah, it's I know, Amanda. I used to be able to walk down to the graveyard, and yes, we will do the Black Widow hunting. Will I have the courage to walk down that street alone? I don't know. The odds don't look good. Because you crawl down, you go down that valley, you got to come back up that hill again. And that Catholic Charities around there is no joke. It was even worse before they put up the metal gate that closed off that whole street. I went in one time, live. right up to the registration table, and I said, wow, it looked like something out of the scene from Gone with the Wind when they were evacuating the casualties out of the Atlanta depot, and you had that shot that was close and just kept pulling back, and there's thousands of soldiers on the ground, right? You had like 500 people laying on asphalt with fans blowing on them. It looked like something out of some third world India thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to like REI this week. Get some salt tablets and a little more of a defensive thing. But I do enjoy. Well, yeah, we'll go down, buddy. You know, there's fun stuff to do. The wedding chapel row. That's always fun. Hanging there. There's Naked City. There's the industrial area, which is really spooky. Over by the railroad tracks. Remember last time the warehouse door had been pried open and people were living inside of that place. So we're not going to be hurting for content, that's for sure. That was Cooper's great-grandmother. Yeah, it was just the city was like growing up in hell. Yeah, people are very angry in the heat. If you have to be out on the streets in the heat, it's horrific. It fries people's brains. It literally turns people into zombies. What we have to do is play it by ear. We just have to see how things unfold. Yeah, thank you, Cindy. We just have to see what we're up against. You know, we're talking about record-breaking heat. June is going to go down on the record books as the hottest June in Vegas history. And the low temperature at night is 91 degrees. Woo. Yeah, 307 deaths in Vegas related to heat. And the older you get, the less ability you have to dissipate heat. Tomorrow we got to drop the car off, get the oil changed. thought I heard a siren. Yeah, a lot of red tape, I cleared the red tape. I could have gotten a federal bond and a federal distilling license, but I didn't feel like overcoming all the local fire department stuff. That's really where the rubber meets the road. In other words, they wouldn't care if it was a totally outdoor operation. Their fear is ethanol burns much hotter than gasoline. It's a much more difficult fire to put out. All you have to do is look up Heavenly Hill Distillery fire. If you want to see how bad a distillery fire can be, Heavenly Hill down in Kentucky. Barrel warehouse after barrel warehouse went up as the liquid rivers of alcohol just moved downhill from one barrel building to another. That's how bad it gets. So when I told the fire department I have my conditional permit from zoning, they're like, that's great. Now you got to get past us. And we make zoning look like a Sunday school picnic. Yeah, that's it. Anytime you have a lot of solvents, you have stuff like that, you're a hazardous waste threat. Feels a little more comfortable now. Oh. Blackbird, don't forget your mail here. Good. There you go.
My health service.
Yeah, it was good. How was the feed today? Was it okay? I saw they
Yeah,
had
it
a
was
lemon mock cocktail with lemon.
They had orange juice
Yeah.
with Sprite.
Yeah,
And they put an orange slice in it.
looked like a good turnout.
It was crowded.
Yeah.
I couldn't park my bike inside. And they had a sausage, bacon, pancakes.
I saw your plate, yeah.
So
Is that pretty good?
yeah, that was really good. The Sprite was really good because it was starting to get hot in the morning.
Yeah, it's got a lot to do. I got a feed. All right. Well, it's all right. Do, and it's all right. Do. The traveling Wilburys. pretty much set. Oh, man. Cheers, everybody. That's why I bailed out pretty early last night, this eye. That's nuts. And then nobody wants to see a blubbery eye. Yeah, thank you, Ronnie. That's nice of you to say. Shit. I'm getting a side chat on here.
Angel Soft toilet paper is strong.
Angel sauce. Oh, I don't know if I could have that much starch pizza and French fries. Count me today. Yeah, remind me to get out there. All right, here we go. I do my part. There. That's the spirit. Yeah, we got flags or somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are. We like our Canadians. We love them here. I have a bag in there somewhere with the flags in it. They've been shooting off fireworks here for a week already. Big ones. Big jobs they brought in from Mexico. That's actually a songbird in the hood. Pretty crazy. It's an ill wind that blows no good. I don't know where the cats are. I see baby socks. We'll put it over there. Man, I wish I was in South America. Hey Ward, happy Canada Day Eve. Uh-oh. Here comes Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. We've had our 9th meal. Yeah, Patricia Wakefield, we'll be waiting here on tenterhooks, honey. I can barely contain my excitement. Rice-a-roni, combined rice, making butter, margarine, saute and steam. The flavor can't be beat. Rice-a-roni. How much water do we need? 2.5 cups of water. this butter's rancid or not. Who knows? Smells alright to me. Saute and simmer. Oh. Rosie's food, huh? Let's throw this piece of chicken on the barbecue grill. Yeah, it's got a buttery wang to it. Put this baby over low heat. Just think before you know it, it'll be cold, complaining of winter again. There we go. Chicken in a bag, seasoning on it to cover it up. Slowly stirring water. Oh, I didn't even saute that. I should have salted before I put the water in. Oh well. Slowly water. You're supposed to brown the stuff first. I didn't.
Brown this minute.
Did you see Dr. Edward Fillion? Did that?
I do not. I see no other people that I see there. They all look like a bunch of lecturers. And everyone is old. There's not really any young people.
Well, that's the shape of the world today. Young people aren't into it. Hey, Pendar. Best before day, what that? Yeah, what is that? Yeah, best day. Make good food tonight. Yeah, we should have a lot more likes. Please hit the like button. try out experimental AI features. I don't think so.
I was pretty stuff easy. I would go back for seconds.
Chicken look green. Well, thank Mike Jetson too. He sent me a link for the fight. Let that just slowly cook away. We should have browned it a little first, but we did. No harm, no foul. Cook away them all. Man, that bird was screaming. Cleaned the fridge before the trip. With a shell and a green marmalade. Hey GTB. A green marinade. I don't like pesto and green things. I gotta find out where these flags are. I don't know where the hell the flags went. good old chicken too. Put this baby up. Low. Let that cook down. I should have ground it first. It'll be alright. Still get a little brown on it. Hello, Magda. Above 100 degrees, AC efficiency really starts to suffer. Saute and simmer. The flavor can't be beat. If I had a restaurant, I would just serve rice and roni, that's it. Can I get fries? All we have is rice-a-roni, that's it. That's the whole deal here. I'm so glad, Patricia, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. Pretty bad. We got a nice flubbery piece of chicken. Tastes like hell. I'm gonna have to up the game here. brown on this one way or the other. I'll try this at home too. Now we're getting that brown. Get it on, baby. Get it on. That's not the way you make rice roti, but it tastes good. You're frying rice roti. You're a weirdo. Let that get nice and crispy. Much better. Much better. Much better. I can sit there a bit. No, it's rice roni. I forgot to brown it first. So, but it tastes good. Would I serve it to a guest like that? No. Oh. Oh. Imaginary Gordon. Yeah, where's Ramsey tonight? I always eat well. I can always pull a rabbit out of my hat. Smells good. Gordon jump ship, huh? Gordon's a plonker. A bloody plonker. I see something of him on the news today. He was humping some kind of cookware or something. I don't know what the hell it was. He had some kind of hook cookware he was humping. How you doing, Queen? Oh, I remember the fireworks up on Jack You Know Will Save You Dough, Luskins. Lee, do you still remember two guys in Corvettes? EJ Corvettes. Stand for Korean Veterans. Yeah, I'm going to the Boston Janets on the 4th, along with Bobby. Yeah, EJ Corvettes. And Montgomery Ward's out in Towson Plaza or whatever, where the Harvest House restaurant used to be. Gordon Ramsay. The Harvest House. Epstein's Bargain Basement. My mother loved to shop at Epstein's Bargain Basements. Had a fried dish that got out of control. Comfortable. Once that sun starts to go down, it really gets comfortable. People ridicule him because of his big head. That's not rice-a-roni. It's some kind of San Jose tree. The guy in here is really Gordon. Shit. Corvette's where I would get goldfish for my fish tank. I think you mean like Woolworths, right? Woolworths used to sell that crap, goldfish. But I sure remember Luskin's. He got in trouble for ripping people off. I don't remember how it came down. Jackie No will save you dough. How about who had the Unburger in the hell was the place that would have the hot dogs downtown? I can't remember. Shit. I can't remember the really famous place down there on the block. Oh, Pollock Johnny's. Remember Pollock Johnny's? Hey, EJ. You're on the 4th and making steak. Oh, nice. Fish, I'll walk to community center to get a better view. There you go. Pollock Johnny's hot dogs, yeah. I guess Pollock Johnny's is long gone. That's where we used to go after drinking on the block. Have you ever thought of having a 20-minute? Not really. Not really. It's too hard for people to monitor it. Ooh, well, good for you, Kyrie class. Oh no, here's Gordon Ramsay. Sell us your head. sure that's done all the way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lee. Pollock Johnny's, that was it. The home of the unburger. Right? And the egg muffinsky. Paycheck at the Round the Clock Club. Dolly's Show Bar. Showtime, gents. Check him out. So fresh you could slap it. Take care, Amanda. What a blubbery eye. Yeah, tomorrow's Canada Day there, Callie. We haven't forgotten. I gotta find, I don't know where the flags are. I already give the thank you to the church for completing the executive payment and thanks the card on through. Well, you got it done. Yeah, we had Montgomery Ward. Everybody liked to go to Sears though. Yeah, I don't know where the hell it is. Thank you, Carrie class. They used to be outside with their stools. Showtime, showtime. Check it out, gents. All young, pretty girls. So fresh you can slap it. My husband is doing one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants in Vancouver. The job is a shit show. What does that mean, cool cat? Ties you into the club, that's it. Well, it's a little late now. The eye is already fully enraged and engaged. Well, you know, everything depends on local governments too. Doug and CJ will be king will no longer be in Chula Vista. Better bring your heat shields with you. King in Arizona will fry you mercilessly down there. especially if you're coming from Chula Vista. You could go and do. Yeah, I'll do it later tonight. It's just weeping a lot. So it's something the last couple days that I'm terrifically allergic to in there. Some late blooming grass pollen or something. So EJ, you better have your heat shield. There you go, Cindy. You can imagine some of these utility bills, these people's eyes are going to pop out. Yeah, I'm not even sure what's left of the block either. You ought to go down to East Baltimore Street and take a ride by there and give us a report. Let us know if anything's left. The Circus Show Bar, Dolly's. Yeah, first half of the year is over. Janet's birthday is Tuesday. Alan Gentry, do you live on a farm down there? Or you would like in a development or becoming heavy to hold? Yeah, you were telling me that. That's going to be a lot. Turn 37 in a few days. All right. We're going to let that piece of chicken get good and done. Oh, I'll put some hot drops in. My name is Dave's Barbecue. See, we got some Happy Belly barbecue sauce. I don't know what this is going to be like. 2013 08 September 2013. I used to live in a town called Wickenburg. Well, when it's 113, 114 day after day, it just starts pounding on you. You know, it becomes psychologically debilitating. You feel like a prisoner in your home. Check this internal temperature. Go check it. Let's go. Safety first. That's a big blob of chicken there. Chicken cube. Look at that baby. Ready to go. We're having a chicken cube. I remember driving down the Eastern Shore, Lee, and seeing the chicken queue on the way. 4-H would have it. This is some really blobby kind of sauce. I don't know. All right. Maybe does Oakdale have a 4th of July parade or something? How's the rest of the country? Comfortable? I saw there's some kind of hurricane out there. Is it going to hit Florida? Yeah, I got to check it tomorrow, Ronnie. It's going to be a hell of a busy day tomorrow. Yeah, this barbecue sauce is like Jell-O. It has like a gelatinous quality to it. You know, I think I saw that movie years ago with Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates. To tell you the truth, I can't remember if I liked it or not. Okay. Nino, I have the flag. Yeah, this one's already out. This is the earliest one. You never had a hurricane form in June before. You know, who knows where it's going to go. So was Hugh Cronin. I liked him in Batteries Not Included. That was a cute one. I made some barbecue chicken and some sort of rice-a-roni. I didn't follow directions. You're supposed to brown it first. Oh, Lord. Here. Man. What a demanding cat. No wonder you have no friends. Yeah, we're calling it the San Jose treating. Yeah, well, a lot of stars didn't like each other. A lot of stars don't like June. What's his name? I don't know. I can't remember his name. Clooney. Yeah, we need a fishing report up on the Chop Tank River. Oh man, that monsoon is terrible. That humidity, my luck, that's what it'll be. I'll tell you, Cindy, the monsoons, when that humidity goes up and it's a high heat place, it becomes twice as miserable. Twice as miserable. George Clooney. What am I doing tomorrow? I gotta get the oil changed tomorrow. I gotta see where the Canada flags are. That's essential tomorrow to get the oil changed. I can hear it coming, it's scary. Right now you can hear it coming. If there's really dark, puffy, black clouds. I paid all the bills today. Oh, the winds are kicking up. Some of those moons, I mean, monsoons can be really powerful. Trotsky. Good night, Lee. Yeah, it just hasn't been the same for me since Trotsky. And then we had Porky. Now we got this thing. What do you want? Huh? What you want? You gonna hiss at me? All this cat knows how to do is hiss. Real menacing like. Alright. I'm trying to give the thing water and it's hissing at me. Here. Mind your manners here. Let's see. Mind your manners. There you go. Mind your manners. My little pain. vocal art. This is Queen. And no cat get along. Doesn't even get along with her own kittens. Right? Hisses at them too. Just wolfs the food now. Dummy. This is a product of Peru. Jeez. It's amazing what I put in my stomach. Peru. This stuff is like a jelly. Water, sugar, modified cornstarch. Oh my God, here comes Patty Wakefield. You got it all set, Patty. I guess she does. I don't know, Queen. Do something with that mockingbird. Isn't it crazy? That's what it is. Cat likes barbecue. Oh. Yeah, pretty cat, but really vicious cat. Doesn't like anything around here. I'm telling you. Patty Wakefield will be yelling at me. What are you doing to that cat? Poor baby socks, really? It's going to start wagging its tail real angry like. There you go. Poor cat. Patricia Wakefield is tortured around here. Oh man. What a nightmare. I don't know. I was cutting some branches the other day and I think I got some minute a bit of sawdust in it. The freaking mulberry tree keeps giving. Good night, Alan. Yeah, it's under care. It's under care. It's just very juicy and blubbery. Yeah, well, I didn't think I'd have to because I was working above it, but the wind was blowing. Yeah, this is terrible. Pardon me. Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, Patricia Wakefield, you know, I distrust the cat, so then what do I do? Gordon's like, I won't go messing around. Likewise. Anyway, guys, it has been 3 hours, so I'm basically gonna close up for the night. Get a little extra rest tonight. We had some interesting discussions earlier. So number one, it's important to always thank my moderators, Ronnie and Shimei, for everything that you do here. I know, Shimei, you were on the Mods chat. You were doing a lot of duty today, so I really appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please take a second to do so. It is very appreciated. And I will see you guys tomorrow.